Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for August. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to tune into this reading. I appreciate that. So, Pisces, I am really feeling that this is one of those months where you have the potential to really be in your element, and there's sort of a duality going on because I'm sensing that the ability to really allow your mind and your creative abilities to sort of expand itself to for you to feel more confident and more grounded in it at the same time when there's hardly any limitations around. So this is something that may be starting to come out and play out for you guys during the month of August, but I'm sensing that I've seen a lot of Pisces just really be like, okay, I've been trying it this way and that way, and I'm just going to do something different. I need to change. I need to switch it up. That's what I'm feeling. Also, when it comes to like your health as well, I do feel that too much restrictions and too much like having too much, how do you put that? Almost like routines, and then hardly any space for just spontaneous or just, you know, the different forms of rhythms. Basically, it's almost like a continuousness of a same rhythm, like something like that can actually really put a constraint almost around your vitality, because there's just something in this possibilities and something in the spontaneous energy and something into switching it up and doing it different and changing it outlook and changing the feel and definitely the taste of things that will bring about this vitality within you. And so the moment where you start feeling this blockage around that sense of creativity is often when your health actually takes like a downfall. So you have the Four of Cups and then you have the Ten of Cups. See, it's that duality, that dual energy of like, I feel good. I feel like, you know, I'm manifesting and I'm seeing the results. And here you have this Three of Cups. So if there's no room for magic, if you don't see that, it's not necessarily that you need all the space to just be free all the time. It's not about that. It's just when you see that your whole schedule is so packed and there's like, you know exactly what's going to happen 3 or 4 weeks, that's something that really puts you in energy of stagnation and it just drains you. So understanding what brings you energy and what takes away energy would definitely be something that is going to be a lot clearer this month. You can like see certain patterns and you can also feel the complete opposite energy of like, you know what, I feel so good. Why do I feel so good? What is making me feel this good? You know? Something like that. So I do feel like there's this form of you being in your element in the month of August. Okay, let's see what else coming up. Four of Cups, Ten of Cups. Something you thought it had no potential, actually, or you were kind of over it. You were ready to like let it go. It takes a whole new, you know, turn. Woo. Movement. Eight of Wands. Wow. Ten of Cups. Eight of Wands. You have the Sun card, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Yeah. So you're trying to protect your peace or something. You're trying to protect this. You're trying to protect your happy space. So I do feel like you don't necessarily have to be so protective, because that Eight of Swords is almost like you're fearing, like you're protecting something. I don't know what you're protecting. This could be different from each and every one of you guys. Like something you're trying to protect, trying to stand up for it. But it kind of puts you in the Eight of Swords energy. So, and the Nine of Swords. Ooh. Maybe it's just you having this goal, you have this dream, this wish, and anything that's not that, fell right on my lap. Anything that's not that is just automatically putting stress on you. So what are you asking of you? What are you asking of my Pisces? Two of Pentacles. What are you asking? What's the advice? Give me some advice for Pisces, please. Fell right on my arm. See? The Ace of Wands. What's the advice? Wow. Do something new. Try something new. Always implement something new in something existing or something old. That's the advice. The advice is understanding duality, understanding that is something you have to do and something you feel like doing. If you find the right balance in that, it will continue to bless you. It will continue to bring you emotional fulfillment. It will continue to bring you inspiration and motivation and excitement, and just overall, I feel the most important energy is just inspired, energized, motivated. This is one of those months where we can really make shit happen. That's what I'm hearing. Of course, we're in the middle of retrograde season, so a lot of the planets are retrograding, but that does not necessarily mean that is necessarily something negative. For some of you, actually, these retrogrades bring back your vitality, bring you out of it, out of overthinking, out of the stagnation, out of not feeling, but just looking at what is right in front of you. With the Hermit as well, you're coming out of your shell. The Devil, the Lovers, Four of Wands, and the Empress. So you are dealing with a Capricorn, and if so, I am sensing that you guys are finding a lot better ways of establishing a much more harmonious energy between the two of you. This could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone you're romantically involved with, but maybe it's like a co-worker or someone you work together with. It's like being together doesn't mean that you have to be, at the hip, attached at the hip all the time, because it's suffocating, okay? It can be like that, beautiful for a little bit, but you need, in some way, shape, form, you need your own individuality as well. And that sometimes is really hard to be an individual, living your own life and having your things going for you and all of that. And you meet someone great, awesome, love this, giving me inspiration, all these feelings and hormones and things like that. And I want to write songs about this or whatever. I'm going to paint you, sit right there in this flower, meadow of flowers, it's like beautiful. I love that. But then at one point, it just, you merge in such to oneness and in one consciousness and one mood. And one thing is that you become so, you will become so disconnected from a form of individuality that you need in order to feel alive and feel inspired and feel in love as well. So I'm sensing that what they're showing me here is two different ways of actually being in a connection. This is people who are chained together. These people choose to be in each other's energy, but they're not completely connected. But they are connected, in their energies, but not body, not with change. So I think that this is something very significant. This energy of understanding the difference. Not being with someone because you fear to be alone or you fear of losing them, and that's why, you're giving. And it's almost like, no, it just flows naturally. It flows naturally. This could also be you with your job and your income and things like that. Understanding the magic of being energetically connected instead of feeling restrained by it. Beautiful. You have the Four of Wands and the Empress. Some of you may or may not are, thinking about having children. if that is something that you truly want, or maybe you feel that society is pressuring you into, like, you know, because it's that time, or because are married, or because you're in a relationship, and so you should think about these things and things like that. All of that, like, what does it look like for you? Maybe you're staying with a partner because you feel like, if I'm not staying with this partner, then the chance of me finding someone new to then build up something new and then have children, like, it might be too late. And so a lot of people in the late 20s, early 30s, they stay and they stick around, they stick it out, because they feel like, I don't really see another option right now, and I know that this option isn't the best, but I feel like I can't choose anything else, because this thing, you know, this wish that I have is so important to me. So this is something to really just look at for yourself, because obviously it shouldn't make you feel like this. You know, it's like every single, you're not together because you've been together each and every, you know, for so long. It's like you should be together because you still choose to, even if it's hard, even when it's not easy, or when you have your obstacles or your disalignments or disagreements, that you choose to keep trying and investing and seeing if there are other ways to integrate, of coming back in alignment and finding harmonious energy. So I do feel that regardless of who it's with, I feel like it's a necessity to change the foundation and the way that you connect with this other person, or with this job, or with this gold stream that you have. And there is another way available, and you'll find that, and it makes you feel a lot better. Makes you feel a lot better is what I'm getting. So for some of you, you are actually, it's something at the side note, because it still belongs to that pregnancy energy. It's not for everybody, but for some, and I do need to get it out in generals. Some of you actually figured out that you are becoming a parent, whether you got someone pregnant or you got pregnant. You're having a hard time really looking beyond all the, maybe, you know, limitations that a major change in your life like that can bring. And even if you don't want to, and you're not obviously to the world, maybe not completely honest about it, it is really important to allow those feelings to be there as well. Obviously, it's natural to feel like, you know, when we're closing a chapter of like being a person without children versus becoming a mother or a father, or, you know, a parent in general. And that by itself is there. That's a form of it. That doesn't mean that you don't want it and that you're not, you know, quote unquote ready for it. I mean, are we ever really truly ready? But it's also important that you allow yourself to feel those emotions of like, wow, this is really the end of a chapter. You know, life is never going to be the same. And sometimes, you know, that's just something that we're super happy about. But there could be a form of grief in there, of like, wow, I really now in the next couple of years always have to worry about another being, another person. And it doesn't have to be 100% negative, but the fact that that's not 100% positive and lovely and rainbows and sunshine all the fucking time isn't something to be ashamed of. I think it's very natural, you know. And then you have moments where it's all worth it. But it doesn't mean we have to act like, you know, that's all in the dark and you shouldn't talk of that. It's like, no, it's honest. It's honesty. It's rawness. It's real. And that's just all, you know, belongs to being a human, having a human experience, basically. So don't be too hard on yourself. Understand that energetically, you have the right intention. You have a beautiful heart. You're capable of nurturing. You're capable of doing it. You're going to give this baby or this child in whatever shape or form a great future. But it doesn't mean you always have to feel the most happiest about it. That's okay to go through cycles in that. That's natural, but you will still show up. You will still do your thing. But don't feel constrained and that you have to only feel high about it all the time. It just kind of only brings about a lot more weight on the other side of the scale, okay? So be real with yourself and with your partner if that's something that you're doing, okay? And allow your partner to be real as well. Create space to be honest. It's beautiful. It's raw, it's real, it's authentic, and it brings a lot more happiness down the line. All right, that was the side note I really need to give it might just be a message for one person that finds it, and that's, already worth it. Anyways, Pisces, just in general, like I already said at the beginning before you even start shuffling any cards, there's a lot of duality going on. But both energies are accessible. And you will access both energies in this month. And you will be capable of receiving from both sides of the scale the information and the things that you need in order to continue to build. What's the rest of the year going to look like for you, Pisces? What's something that you really, 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 really want to do this year before we go into 2024 and Pluto is going to be like, I am taking another dip into Aquarius, because that's going to start a whole new cycle. But what is this year for you going to be about? That's just something that is really coming true quite strongly. Don't think too much into just weeks and days and things like that. Like, what's this year going to be about for you? What's something you really just want to do? Set that emotion in this month. All right? Set that emotion this month. You will greatly benefit from it. Don't trip. Okay? It's all natural. Natural feelings, natural emotions. But just so you know, when this starts arising, you're putting too much pressure on something. I just want to feel good all the time. Could be that. It's like, I just felt better, now I feel like this again. Oh no. Fearing the fear. Fearing the other energies, basically. Which brings about more weight to the other energy, which manifested it and intensifies it. Don't give it too much power. But don't be too harsh on yourself when it just simply happens for a little bit. Because like I said, the other energy is around as well. You will be able to tap into both. I'm going to get one more. Yes, beautiful. You have experience grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you, Pisces. And then it says, trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized and you are loved unconditionally, Pisces. Love and inspiration are coming to you because you deserve it. Because you've invested and it's being recognized and you've showed up. So the blessings and the things that will show up for you this month, it's because you deserve them and because you worked for it. All right. Have a beautiful month of August, my beautiful Pisces. I love you guys so much. And I'll be back soon. All right. Bye, Pisces. Bye.